So the next element is the liquid fuels. So liquid fuels, these are made primarily from petroleum, but some synthetic liquids fuels are also produced. Alberta, Canada, plentiful bituminous sands are processed to yield oil. If you're going to look at, mabasa nyo sa inyong notes, some motorists in US use a similar fuel called gasohol. The alcohol in gasohol is often produced from such grains as corn and wheat. There are general characteristics of liquids, matters with definite volume but no definite shape. You cannot actually tell what shape is the liquid. If you pour a liquid on top of your table, can you tell what its shape? Of course not. We can able to determine its volume, but not its shape. They assume the shape of their vessel because there is free movement of molecules, but the molecules are loosely packed together, but they can still move unlike the solid fuel. Although these molecules do not have the tendency to separate from one another, unlike the gas, there is a tendency to separate that it will multiply its number. Here, the molecules are freely moved, but they're not. They are still loosely packed together. Yet there is no tendency that they will be separated or split into another form. So they are slightly compressible. Like I said, they are lightly packed together. They are not capable of indefinite expansion, unlike the gas. So there are two general groups of liquid fuels. We have the flammable liquids as well as the combustible liquid. Na-discuss na rin natin to nung una. So flammable liquid, this liquid have flash point of below 37 degree, 37.8 degrees Celsius and 100 degree less or below 100 degree Fahrenheit. While the combustible liquid, it has a flash point above 98 degree Fahrenheit or above 38 degree Fahrenheit or 37.8 degree Celsius. Sorry. Yeah. So note, it is the vapor that is being burned and not the flammable and combustible liquid. Because when these two are exposed to heat, it produces vapor and that vapor yung nasusunog. Yan. So flammable is easily ignited and capable of burning with great rapidity. Kahit na mababa lamang yung temperatura, but since it is a flammable and it is more flammable, madali siyang masunog. While combustible, it requires a higher temperature than the normal temperature for it to be ignited or for it to be ignited. So ito yung mga examples. Petroleum, it is also called crude oil, ranges from clear yellow-brown oils to thick black tars. It is a liquid of hydrocarbons that is present in certain rock strata and can be extracted and refined to produce fuels including gasoline, kerosene, and diesel oil. Ito yun na nare-refine siya to become petroleum. Most petroleum is refined to produce fuel at magiging gasoline, diesel, and as well as kerosene. Nare-refine siya. So under the petroleum, meron tayong gasoline. It is used to provide energy for most motor vehicles and piston engines. Piston engine and even in airplanes. It is used for internal combustion engines. Used for yan, yung mga motor vehicle and piston engine. It is the hydrocarbon mixture, yung gasoline. Next is the diesel oil, powers most trains, ships, and large trucks. What is the difference between these two? Yung gasoline mixed with air, compressed by pistons, and ignited by spark from a spark plug. While diesel, it is packs more energy. Mas marami kaya nga yung gasoline ay mas madali siyang makonsume, while diesel, they are medyo packed together. The molecules are more packed together. It's not solid, but they are loosely packed together than the gasoline. Kaya mas mahabang makonsume yung diesel at makakapagbigay ng more energy. And next is the kerosene provides energy for jet planes. Many industries and home around the world as fuel for light, heat, and power. It is used in rocket engines and even paraffin wax. While distillate, what is this distillate? These are light oils which are used chiefly to heat homes and small buildings. Liquid products condensed from vapor during distillation. Dinidistillate yan, kumbaga nasa sala. Okay? Nasa sala. So, a good example yung doon sa ating picture. Yung liquid at saka may vapor. Tapos, papasok ngayon doon sa may tube, lalabas siya magiging liquid. At yung lumalabas yan is distillate. As a result of distillation. Kaya yung, bakit yung usok nang nanggagaling sa jeep, it is poison. Kasi when we had this distillation, we distillated the char from the coming from the yung tambutso ng sasakyan. The liquid, the color of the liquid when we distillated, the color of the liquid is yellow. That is why it's poison. Kaya yung mga pagkain sa street foods when exposed doon sa usok na lumalabas sa mga sasakyan, it may cause HEPA. Kaya nagkakaroon ng HEPA. Isa doon yung kadahilanan. And next is we have the residual oils. It is heavy and thick oils. They provide energy to provide utilities, factories, and large ships. They are also used to heat large buildings. Mas malaki itong nakukover nito. So, it has a low concentration, often mixed with water. May dagdag siyang tubig. Fuel oil that remains after the removal of valuable distillates such as gasoline from petroleum and that is used especially by industry. So, ano nangyayari? Actually, na-refine. Kumbaga yung opium, pwede siya magiging, what we call, isang klaseng droga. We have here the synthetic fuels. It includes more fuels made from coal, natural gas, biomass, oil shale, a rock that contains oil, bituminous sand, sands that contain a substance from which oil can be obtained. When we say synthetic liquid fuels, these are fuels that are processed mainly in areas where one type of fuel is abundant, but other vital fuels are scarce. Okay? So, iyan. These are fuels that go processing. Okay? Ginagawa yan to make it acidity. Kumbaga, yung iba, artificial. Ito naman ay dumadaan sa proseso. Synthetic. And then we have also here the gasohol. It consists of a mixture of gasoline and alcohol. The alcohol is gasohol is often produced from such grains as corn and as well as heat. It is also used for internal engines, yung sinabi natin kanina. It is 90% unleaded with 10% ethyl alcohol. Kaya nagiging a combination of ethanol as well as ethyl alcohol kaya naging gasohol siya. So as we mentioned, the characteristic of the liquid matters with definite volume but no definite shape. You cannot tell its shape. Not unless when it is contained in a container, you can tell it. Okay? But you can tell the volume rather when it is contained in a container, but you cannot tell the definite shape. So they are slightly compressible. They are not capable of indefinite expansion. Hindi katulad ng gas. So, yung sinabi natin, technically, flammable and combustible liquids do not cause fire. That's what causes fire? It is the vapors. It is the vapors. They produce, which burn or explode when exposed to air under the influence of heat. And the vapors. So what is latent heat? The quantity of heat absorbed by a substance from a solid to liquid and from liquid to gas. Conversely, heat is released during conversion of gas to liquid or liquid to gas to a solid. So it happens when there is a transition of its physical state. When exposed to heat, there is the transition of its shape. Like for example, when solid is exposed to heat, it becomes liquid. And when the liquid exposed more to heat, it releases a vapor. So depending on the heat that is being absorbed, kaya sinabi natin latent heat, it shows the quantity, how intensive, how the, it shows the intensity of heat that is being absorbed. Kaya kapag hindi masyado yung heat, hindi siya it can, malit lang or konti lang yung linalabas na vapor. But more heat, more vapor is being released.